Good morning, students. Today we will continue our lecture on hydrogen. This is the lecture number 6 presented by me, Banit Ghatak, your chemistry teacher. So let's begin. Okay. So today we will discuss on the properties of hydrogen. Mainly properties are of two types. That is physical properties and chemical properties. Physical and chemical. So in physical property we will deal with the physical nature of the hydrogen. Okay, so hydrogen, the chemical formula of the hydrogen is H2, so it can also be called as dihydrogen. Okay, so when we discuss the properties of hydrogen or dihydrogen, whatever we can call it, the properties are of two types, that is physical properties and chemical properties. In physical properties we mainly deal with the physical characteristics and physical nature of hydrogen. Okay, so here, so dihydrogen or hydrogen is colorless, odorless and tasteless combustible gas. Okay, so it doesn't have color, it doesn't have an odor, and does not taste well. Okay, so as well as it is combustible. Okay, so it can catch fire as well. Okay, it is lighter than the air and insoluble. It is lighter than the air and insoluble in water. Okay, so these are the physical properties of hydrogen, or what you can call dihydrogen. So what is them? There the hydrogen is colorless, odorless, tasteless and combustible. So that means it can easily catches fire. Okay, similarly it is lighter than the air and it doesn't soluble into water. Okay, so these are the physical characteristics or physical properties of hydrogen. Let's move on to the next topic, that is the chemical properties. In chemical properties we deal with the chemical reactions that hydrogen is undergoing. Okay, so whatever chemical reactions the hydrogen possesses or hydrogen exhibit, that all type of reactions are called the chemical properties of hydrogen. Okay, so let's see them one by one. Okay, so here the reaction with halogens of hydrogen. So when hydrogen is being react with a halogen, the halogens mean a fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine and estrogen. All the estrogen is a radioactive element. So when we know that all halogens are diatomic in nature, diatomic means they will form as F2, Cl2, Br2 or I2. Okay, so when hydrogen is being reacted with any of the halogens, it will form HX. Okay, similarly when, for example, when hydrogen is being reacted with chlorine, that is H2 plus Cl2, it will form 2HCl. Okay, it will form 2HCl. HCl is a hydrochloric acid, or we can say hydrogen chloride gas. Okay, similarly when it is being reacted with fluorine, it will form HF. When it is being reacted with bromine, it will form HBr, and when it is reacted with iodine, it will form HI, hydroiodic acid. Okay, so this type of reactions hydrogen will do when they react with halogens. Okay, and the next thing is combustion. So combustion is what? Combustion is a reaction when anything or any substance is being burned in presence of excess air, then this process is being named as combustion. So when hydrogen is being burned when in presence of excess air, it burns with blue flame. Okay, so when hydrogen is being reacted or burned with in presence of air, and that is it will form water as a liquid. Okay, so when H2 is being reacted with oxygen with high amount of heat, that is burning, when it is burning in presence of oxygen, it will form water in a liquid state. Okay, so third reaction is when hydrogen is being reacted with nitrogen at 673 Kelvin and 200 atmosphere pressure at iron, where the iron is a catalyst. Here iron is a catalyst. Okay, so in presence of iron, when hydrogen and nitrogen is being reacted, it will form NH3, and this NH3 will be, this ammonia will be in form of gas. Okay, this ammonia will be in form of gas. Okay, so remember when hydrogen is being reacted with oxygen, it will form water, but in liquid state. The water will be in liquid state, but when hydrogen is being reacted with nitrogen, both of the gases will produce ammonia, which is also a gas. So here this reaction is very much important, because for if you ask to write give an example of a reaction where the reactants and products both are gaseous in nature. Okay, so here it is a perfect example of that. Okay, here hydrogen and nitrogen both are the reactants are reacting in gaseous state, and the product, that is NH3 or ammonia, is also a gas. Okay, so all the reactants and products are in the gaseous state. Okay, so the next reaction is reaction with oxygen. When hydrogen is being reacted with oxygen at 970 Kelvin, it will form H2O, but in a gaseous form. Okay, so let's move to the next reaction, that is reaction with metals. As we know, hydrogen is a non-metal. Although hydrogen is placed in the alkaline earth metal or alkali metal, in the group of alkali metals group, that is group number 1, where although hydrogen is placed in group number 1 or alkali metals group, it is not a metal, it is a non-metal. So when it is reacted with metal, okay, it will form a covalent bond. Okay, and it will form a hydride. Similarly, when it is reacted with calcium, when calcium is being reacted with hydrogen, it will form calcium hydride. Okay, calcium hydride. Okay, so metals like platinum, NiPT, that is nickel, palladium, platinum, form industrial hydrides by absorbing large volume of hydrogen. Such hydrogen is called the oculated hydrogen. So remember one thing: platinum, nickel, and palladium, they have huge surface areas. Okay, in the surface areas, what happens? There are some pores. In that pore, hydrogen is being oculated or hydrogen is being absorbed. Okay, so this absorbed hydrogen is being called as oculated hydrogen. So nickel, palladium, platinum, nickel, palladium, and platinum has huge surface area, and in this huge surface area they have some pores. In the pores, hydrogen is being absorbed, and this absorbed hydrogen is being called as occult hydrogen. And move on to the next reaction, that is the reaction with metal oxides. Okay, so when hydrogen, that is H2, it is a reducing agent. So hydrogen, it is a reducing agent, so it will reduce metal. So when metal oxide is being reacted with hydrogen, it will give metal, and it will itself oxidize into water. So whenever a metal oxide is being reacted with hydrogen, it will form metal, pure metal, and it will itself, the hydrogen will itself oxidize to water. Okay, so when hydrogen is being reacted with metal oxide, it itself oxidize and give H2O, and it reduces the metal oxide to give simple metal. Okay, so it is a reaction. Okay, so you can simply write that metal oxide, that is MO, suppose M is metal and oxide is O, and it is being reacted with H2, it will form H2O plus pure metal, that is M. Okay, so it is a general reaction of metal when hydrogen is being reacted with metal oxides. Okay, so these are the reactions that the organic compounds, that it reacts with many organic compounds in presence of catalyst to give useful hydrogenated products. Okay, for example, in metallurgical process, it is used to reduce heavy metal oxides to metals. Okay, in class 10 you will know, and class 12 as well, there is in a metallurgy chapter named metallurgy. In that chapter you will know to extract metal from metal oxide, we use hydrogen, that it will give metal and H2, so we get the pure metal. Okay, so metallurgical process, in the case of metallurgical process, we have to use hydrogen as a reducing agent. Okay, and similarly it is used as a rocket fuel in space research. Okay, so recently you may heard about the space research program, that is GSLV Mark 3. GSLV Mark 3. Okay, so you may do not know that GSLV Mark 3, in this rocket, or in this what is to be simple, this is a rocket. This is a special type of rocket. Okay, here the G is for geosynchronized low Earth orbit. Okay, so it is not important right now for you, but remember this is a rocket which performs geosynchronously. Okay, geosynchronously this rocket will be perform. Okay, and here in this rocket the fuel is cryogenic. The fuel name is cryogenic fuel. Okay, cryogenic fuel is what? Is the cryogenic fuel is the mixture of hydrogen and oxygen in liquid state. Okay, so mixture of hydrogen and oxygen in its liquid state is called the cryogenic fuel. Okay, so this fuel is being used in the GSLV Mark 3 and PSLV as well. Okay, so for the space research as well, the hydrogen has a very important role. Okay, so that if you get an idea, so that I have given you a very important example so that you can easily correlate with that. Okay, so the uses of hydrogen are also very much important. Okay, so today we have discussed the properties, mainly physical and chemical properties of hydrogen. So I hope you have understood this very well. If you have any doubt, you can ask me anytime. So thank you very much.